Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the best cheesecake ever. Yes, it's as good as store-bought or home-baked real cheesecake. I am going to share with you my 5 favorite hacks for surviving the first week or 2 or even ongoing ketosis. When you're getting into ketosis or when you're trying to eat low carb, you're hungry. First of all, I want to give you all my little quick update. Yes, I'm down another 4/10 of a pound. The more you get closer to your goal, the slower it is. See, the very first one that I love, and I have gotten comments from people on, French toast. It tastes just like French toast. It has kind of a flan taste to it. And I have a video up about that. I will put in a couple of clips from that video, and you can just go over to that video and learn how to make keto French toast. Totally delicious. Number 2 is my version of quick pizza. I just like a thin, quick little pizza snack sometimes. As you go on keto, you're not that hungry. You don't really crave exactly the same thing. You just want something that tastes like it. So what I do is I take shredded cheese, I take parchment paper, put it on a big baking sheet, and I make 6 little piles, or 4, whatever you want, shredded cheese. I use cheddar, or you can use jack, right? Mozzarella. A spoonful of Rao's marinara on each one and kind of spread it around. And then I put 3 little pieces of salami on it. And I have also put mushrooms or spinach or whatever, but pop it in the oven at 400, and it takes maybe 5 minutes or so. Keep an eye on it. It cooks really fast. Make sure the edges look crispy and bubbly. Take it out, let it sit for a few minutes. You can take the parchment sheet off the baking sheet and put it right on your counter if you're in a hurry to eat those, because they need to cool fast. Okay, the third, and this is because winter is kind of a tough one when you're starting keto. Starting keto in the summer was easy for me because I just ate steak and salad, or barbecued chicken and salad. Out on the deck with the grill all the time, and I was just having salad. I'd go out to eat Cobb salad. Anyway, and so the winter time is the time that it's kind of hard. Number 3 is egg drop chicken soup. What I do is I take, you can take a bouillon cube or a carton of broth or homemade chicken broth, or I love Better Than Bouillon. It comes in little jars, so good. So heat up your kettle or your pan, put a spoonful of the Better Than Bouillon. This is how I make it. And then I dice up, or actually I take my kitchen scissors and I take green onions and I cut up the green ends with the scissors and put them on a paper plate for after I dish up the soup. And then I take the white part of the onion and cut it up and put that in the broth while it's heating up. Then I take a couple of eggs and I put them in my measuring cup, and I take a fork and I beat them up really good. And the soup is bubbling. I turn it down a little and I very slowly drizzle in out of the measuring cup and keep it spinning like with a fork, the eggs, and it cooks, and strangely enough tastes an awful lot like I don't know, but it's one of my favorites. And sprinkle the green things on top, the little ends of the scallions. If you don't want to go to that much trouble, just make a cup of bouillon and sip on it at night while you're watching TV. It's the best. And now back to number 4, again, another soup. So now once again, we're going to go back to the bouillon, but this time we're doing beef. What I do is I take a little, maybe just a couple of bites of leftover steak, dice them up real tiny, little tiny morsels. And I take a little bit of an onion and I slice that up, and I put some butter in a little skillet, saute the onion and the steak until it's nice and caramely and crispy, the little steak pieces. I put that in a bowl. Take a string cheese already portioned out, and I undo the string cheese, put it in there, and then I pour the beef bouillon over that. My version of French onion soup, and it's awfully delicious and filling. Taste it in a skillet with a little bit of water. I use a little bit of broth or some butter and salt. get it to where it's nice and still pretty and green. I'm going to insert some pictures of these things. And then just let it cool, put a lid on it, put it in the fridge. When you are making spaghetti sauce with meat for your family, or Alfredo sauce with chicken, or you can put a little bed of cabbage in your little plate or your bowl and put the Alfredo sauce on top, or, you know, with some Parmesan, marinara with the meat and mushrooms, whatever you want, on top of the cabbage. It's really very delicious. The more you're on keto, you will appreciate it more and more and more, because it's so much better than all of those weird jelly tasting noodles that they have. Although I guess if you're desperate, but I'm not that desperate. I prefer something with a little bit of nutrition to it and flavor. So anyway, and then of course, the last but not least thing you can do with cabbage is you can just put some in a bowl and sprinkle a bunch of different kinds of cheese on it, pop it in the microwave, and a little salt and pepper, and you've got keto version of mac and cheese. Sounds strange? So good. Okay, it's time. I'm gonna insert a video here of my cheesecake. Oh my God, I'm still stuffed. I just made it. I've been making cheesecake all day, dipping my finger in it. Nope, tossing it. Making more, dipping my finger in it. Nope, tossing it. So finally, I got the perfect cheesecake, and guess what? I ate it all, but you're gonna get to see it all. And so anyway, that cheesecake is worth hanging around for. So I'm gonna insert that. Guess what? I made it. I finally, after experimenting, came up with the best no-bake 5-ingredient cheesecake that is to die for. So I'm going to tell you how I made it. I'm going to show you the 5 ingredients, and I'm going to show you what it looks like finished. So this cheesecake is tiny but mighty. It is so good. It tastes just like Costco's store-bought cheesecake that I was nibbling away at all during the Christmas season, just a bite or two a day, and this just makes me so happy. Okay, so let's talk about this little cheesecake that I made, no bake. And I have been experimenting with all the cheesecake recipes I can find on YouTube and on the internet for keto. So the trick with this, as you could see in the photo of the ingredients I used, powdered monk fruit. You have to order it. You have to get it at the store. You cannot do this without the powdered monk fruit. Otherwise it will taste gritty. And I used the Mio lemonade stevia sweetener. I put that in my water. When I make, when I want to drink some electrolytes, I make salty lemonade. But I just put a teeny squirt into this because I love lemon cheesecake. To me, cheesecake has to have a little bit of lemon. I did not have vanilla, which is what I originally had intended to use. Next time I make it, I'll make it with vanilla. Another thing that you could use if you don't have the lemon Mio, if you don't, care whether it's stevia or any other artificial sweetener, get the little packets of lemon Crystal Light and just put, or probably you could put a squirt of lemon juice in there. Anyway, the main ingredients are a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, 2 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1 tablespoon of sour cream, and literally not 2 complete tablespoons of the monk fruit. I actually probably went closer to maybe 1.5 tablespoons. So anyway, let's check this. Okay, I'm cheating. I already licked the little measuring cup I made it in. And this is for 1 mini cheesecake because I don't make multiples. I might make a double recipe and give Dan one if he ever goes on keto. Right now, I'm very sad. Dan went to California for a week to see his mother, and he has gotten COVID. And now he's stuck. He was only going to stay for a week, and now he's stuck there recovering from COVID, and I'm kind of worried. So anyway, let's get on with this. Prayers for Dan, everybody, or good juju, whatever it is you do. Look at this. It is absolutely to die for. You might even want less of the monk fruit sweetener. You might want to start with a tablespoon and then stick your finger in it, see how it tastes, and add a little more. It is so good. I would say there's about 8 to 10 good bites in here. So that's enough for me. And usually when I eat this, because it does have probably 6 grams of carbs, usually when I eat this, which is only like once a week, I will eat a steak, and that's probably it for the day. So there you go. That's where I got my little title steak and cheesecake diet that I lost weight on all December, because I did do that a lot. Anyway, that wasn't this cheesecake. That was the cheesecake with the real sugar in it from Sam's Club. But no, none of the whipped cream topping and none of the crust. So I make my cheesecake without crust for me. If you're having company, go buy a cheesecake and make this for yourself. Okay, bon appetit. But I am going to say right here, just make the decision. Do you want to be a fat burner or a carb burner? So if you're new here, please subscribe, ring the little bell for notifications when I upload a new video. And also, please comment. Let me know where you're at on your weight loss journey. Anyway, remember this, you did not wake up today to be mediocre. And so, let's get on with being fabulous. Bye now.